The City of Johannesburg plans to employ about 1,400 people to improve basic services. It has set aside 100 million rand for the recruitment. The workers will improve current services deployed across the city's 7 regions to perform functions such as grass cutting and street sweeping, among others. For more on this, I'm joined by Funzela Ngobeni, who is Johannesburg's MMC for Finance. Good evening, MMC. Thanks very much for your time. Well, SAMU has already reacted to this, saying that it's actually very little and these people are going to be paid very little and this is going to be exploitative.
Yeah, no, good evening, Vuyo, and thank you very much for having us. No, I think it's incorrect for SAMU to react in such a manner. Maybe it would have been prudent for them to get more details on the plans of the city with regards to this staff that we want to bring in. We are bringing them on a full-time basis. It's not exploitative at all, and the reason why is because the role that they'll be playing, it's not a once-off role. Street sweeping is a continuous task that needs to be done by the city, and all other tasks that they'll be doing. So it's not your Josie at work that used to be there, for example, or EPWP or anything. It's a full-time job that we are giving to those officials. Yeah.
Now, your housing department has received 3.5 billion,
yes,
which you say is going to go towards bulk infrastructure for human settlement developments in a number of townships, including
yes,
Deep Sloot, Kliptown, and others. Now, is it a recognition of the fact that those areas or the townships have really been neglected compared to other areas?
To other areas, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, there's many other areas like those ones that we've just read, which really needs attention of the city, needs attention of province and national government in terms of housing. But we have to start somewhere, and those are areas that we have earmarked in this particular budget, and others which are already in the budget. But at the beginning of our term, we actually took a look at what the city has been doing with regards to provision of housing, and we thought it's very important that we must try and diversify what we are doing and also be innovative. One of the things that we have done is to provide people with service stands, where people can be able to build their own homes, but at least provide them with electricity, with water and sanitation, and give them title to that particular land. So that's another way of giving people shelter over their head. But we're also looking at, in the inner city, for example, getting affordable housing from those bed buildings that used to be hijacked. We are giving them to the private sector to develop, and out of there, we are able to get our people moving into the inner city rather than staying on far-flung places like Orange Farm, Ivory Park, and so forth. So we are trying to be innovative with the little budget that we have. Remember, housing is a competency of province and national, and we get grants with conditions from those two spheres of government. So with the little that we have, we want to stretch it and make sure that at least the little that we have makes an impact in the lives of our people. So those are some of the things that we are doing with regards to that. Yeah.
Now, Alexandra in particular was in the news in the run-up to elections. Have
yes.
you decided, or do you know how you're going to deal with that particular problem? Because the fact that it's quiet now doesn't mean the problem has gone away.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very key that something is done to address the plight of the people of Alexandra. And
what do you think should be done?
I think the step that
should play what?
I think the step that the president has taken to bring all spheres of government under one roof to find a solution is the right step. He has invited us into the interministerial committee, which is chairing, and solutions are being brewed from there. We have all the spheres of government there. The City of Johannesburg will play its role with regards to housing in particular, because the issues of Alexandra really, in a broader way, are of housing, are of land. And for us to be able to address those issues, we need to actually work together as the spheres of government. But over and above that, I mean, the day-to-day service delivery issues in Alexandra, which pick it up, cleaning of the streets and everything. It's things that the city will continue to do. And we have put aside enough budget for Pick It Up to be able to do their work there. We've put enough money to Johannesburg Water to upgrade some of the infrastructure that is there for sanitation and for water as well. So those type of things we'll continue to do in Alexandra. But the process that the president has put in place, I believe that if we can be all of us can be dedicated to it and we can be honest in our deliberations, we should be able to come up with a solid solution for the people of Alexandra.
Okay, that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Funzela Ngobeni, who is Johannesburg's MMC for Finance.